everybody, Allie here with ABC Bead Supply. I'm here today with a tutorial for you on how to use our newest acrylic accents in designing and creating. We have a ton of acrylic accents already over on our website, and a lot of them are occupational themed. So we've got teachers, nurses, just general office administrators, lots of different office themed styles on the site. We today have a ton of just kind of everyday styles for you that are good for everyone anywhere, rather than just being work focused. And so one of the reasons that we've always kind of had them a little bit more work focused is because they're primarily used for badge reels. But we want to show you how easy it is to convert them to pendants for keychains, or to drill in a hole in them to make them a pendant that way as well. So there's two different mounting type options to turn them into a pendant that can be used for keychains. These are straw beverage cup charms. There's just a lot of other ways that you can use these, and they're actually really extremely versatile pieces. So with having some more everyday styles, we thought it was a good time to walk you through how to create with them in other ways besides just badge reels. So we have a lot of new designs to choose from. You'll have to check them out on the site. There's so many. And this is how they're going to look, as their kind of initial use was for mounting to a badge reel, just like so. They can just be used with hot glue, but we can convert them to a pendant as well and just get a bit more bang for the buck out of them, and it allows you to have more design options and freedom. So let's start off by showing how to convert it to a pendant bail to make a accent that way, a pendant that way. So we've got two designs on our website blog at abcbeadsupply.com. We have photos of each of these completed projects along with clickable supply list links below them so that you can purchase the supplies needed to duplicate any of these designs. All of the materials that you see are available on our website. So we're going to start off with a piece of stretchy elastic cord, and you're going to pre-stretch. You're going to get any excess stretch out of that cord first so that it doesn't sag and stretch out on your finished piece. And we're going to just fold that in half, and then we're going to put the folded looped end right through that initial little swivel portion on the keychain, and we'll pull those up through so that we've got a double-stranded piece to work with. This is just sticking on the swivel. There you go. Okay, so then you're going to take those two ends, and we're going to put the flower silicone focal bead on first. So we're going to put that bead on, and I love that bead paired with this acrylic accent. And then we've got a Bermuda Bay iridescent jelly bead. And then we're going to separate these two ends now so that we're not adding the remaining beads on the bottom and just on the top. We're going to put the ring, the little ring bead, the lavender polka dot, and then this silver pendant bail. And the pendant bails are available in gold as well. Once you've got all of those three pieces on, you're going to fold this little stretchy cord tail up over and put it back up through what you just beaded singularly. And then that's going to make it so that these two tails, the two ends, come together and meet in the middle. And then you'll do a double knot, triple knot. So we're going to do a regular double knot in that elastic, and then for your triple, I'm going to loop one extra time on that final. And we're just going to give it a stretch, make sure that it's all holding together and that it's not sliding around, coming undone. And then we'll trim those ends, and that knot will slurp right up into the beads so that it conceals it, and it'll look just kind of like a knotless, flawless finish. And then to mount this pendant bail to the acrylic, you're going to just use Lactate super glue or E6000, whatever your preference of a super glue type bond is. You need something that'll work well with metal. Hot glue, unfortunately, doesn't work well with metal. It works good for the badge reels because it's going on to plastic, but when you're going on to metal, you need something a little stronger. So a dab of E6000 or Lactate super glue will work, and you'll just put a dab of that right into the tray of the bail and mount your acrylic accent to that, and you have converted it to a pendant. So that's one fun way to make acrylic pendants, by using those bails. And we've got 2 fun keychain designs for you using a bunch of these new supplies. And again, we've got supply list links on our website that'll show you exactly what was used, what materials were used, so you can duplicate these projects. So for the beverage cup charm, the straw charm, I wanted to show you how the finished piece, how it works, so that you can get a better idea as we're making it. So you'll just take this piece, and the straw acrylic goes right over the straw on the tumbler. And then just like that, you're gonna have that dangle, and that's just a really fun little accent. Another way, the silicone handle charms have been really popular, but this is another fun way to jazz up your tumblers using these acrylic accents. So we're gonna go ahead and show you, oh, and here's another one too. I love this one. I'm not qualified to diagnose, but I have theories. And this straw charm uses several new beads that I really love paired with it. We've got these iridescent cube square 16mm beads that are so pretty, and then these 16mm pearly luster that are multicolored, have so much color in them. There's a really great palette. There's several color palette options, but that one pairs really nice with this I am not qualified to diagnose accent. So here we go. We've got all of the supplies to make the charm, the Tumbler Charm. These are our double-ended rods. So we have 2 different types of rods, beadable rods on the site. This one has this jump ring, this split jump ring on both ends. And that's the version that you're gonna need for these. You're gonna take the chain, so this is one of our 8.5-inch length chains, and you're going to shorten this up. It's not going to be that long. And then an acrylic straw die cut little piece. These are sold in, gosh, I forget if it's 5 or 10 packs, but we have these all cut for us specially. They're clear, so they'll match whatever straw and tumbler you have. There's protective film on them. So you're just going to peel that away first, just to kind of help prevent scratches and stuff in the cutting process. Use your nail to get those peeled away. Just like that. Where are we gonna? There we go. So on the one end of the chain, you've got a jump ring. So we're going to open up that jump ring that's on the one end of the chain, and that is going to go right through that straw acrylic piece. And then we're going to shorten this way up. So we're going to go right about here. And we're going to open up that link just like so. And then we are going to put on this beadable rod and close that link back up so that it is now attached to this piece rather than the rest of the chain. And you can get, these are just 6mm jump rings. We carry 50 packs of just the jump rings. You can get a 50 pack of the 6mm jump rings, and you can get multiple sections. You can get multiple tumblers out of one length of chain if you're making them this short, which you do need to make them short for the length of the drop in this. The length is really going to be dependent on how long of a rod of a beadable piece you're using, but with these rods it hangs quite a bit lower. So then we're going to take, this is a foam pad. It's nice and deep so that the drill can't go through the table. This is just a very inexpensive little handheld drill, nothing fancy. I will link both this pad and the drill in the blog post. You can get them on Amazon. They're nothing fancy. They're just a very simple, it's a very, very simple drill. It was under the $20, I believe. Don't quote me on that. I think that this was under 20 and this was under 10. So not that much. And you're just gonna turn on the drill and we're just gonna go right through this acrylic to make that little hole. So you can add a hole to any of these acrylic accents yourself super easily. It zips right through. And that's going to make it easier for you to attach without necessarily having to use the bails and deal with glue. So you can do that method if you don't want to buy the drill. You can do the pendant bail method as the base on these as well. You could, it doesn't have to just be keychains that you use that method for. But that's just one other way that you can attach these acrylic accents to things. And then you just take that little split ring and open it up, and it's going to go right through that hole that you just drilled. And we've now made our acrylic accent, an acrylic accent with holes, which we have some acrylic accents that already come with holes in them. This is a way to get more use out of the ones that don't come already made that way. And now we're just beading our rod, our beadable rod, as normal. So we're going to just untwist the rod. This is one of our new 15 millimeter glitter beads, and it matches the glitter in this flower perfectly. It's the same silicone glitter base, so that's a great pairing. We have also just added these coral pink abacus beads as a new abacus color, and it was perfect for this project, this accent. We've got a 12 millimeter resin bead, and then we have an 8 millimeter iridescent bead. Now, this bead doesn't fit on the rod by itself, and I wanted to show, I chose this one intentionally because I wanted to show you, if you go ahead and get this drill to make the holes in your acrylic accents, it also, as long as you have it, is going to open up the doors for you to be able to expand the holes on your smaller beads, so you have more design options on beads that will fit your rods. So you can just very carefully, I like to get the tip lined up and on before I start running it. Just got to be very careful with your fingers, but we're going to hold on to that 8 millimeter bead and turn it on, and we're just going to curve right around the edge. I'm just kind of wiggling this prong right around the inside edge of the bead, and it doesn't take much, just a tiny little bit is all it really needs most of the time to be able to expand that hole out just a little bit to fit onto these rods better. So didn't do quite enough, but I think I can twist it the rest of the way. Once you have the bulk of it kind of reamed, it's kind of like a reamer on steroids because it's electric, then we can get the rest of this on there and just twist that on over the rod. So if you don't want to go to this effort to get a bead on your rod, then we do have a list of bead styles that will fit on a beadable rod without the drilling. The 8 millimeters, very few fit on. We do have a frosted bead that will fit on. I didn't use it on this because I wanted to show the ability to make these holes bigger. Should have made it even a little bit bigger before I demoed this for you. But I also liked the tone of this yellow a little bit better too with how it matched. So okay. So then once we've got that 8 millimeter bead on, we're going to add the, okay, so there's the top, there's the bottom hole. And then that flower spreads around that 8 millimeter bead nicely. It's a nice size to kind of fill that gap where the flower splits. And then once you've got everything on there, it's gonna look like that doesn't all fit on the rod, which is true initially, but if you pull down the silicone to expose the full rod, then you'll be able to just put the top back on and lift up, and it'll all kind of bounce back into place the way that you need it to. So there you've got that project. So again, we've got the we listen and we don't judge. I am not qualified to diagnose, but I have theories, 2 really fun cup charm, straw charm design ideas for you. And then last but not least, I do want to show you how to create one of the badge reels. So we've got 2 badge reel designs for you. Sorry, that's above my pay grade. If you get tired, learn to rest and not quit. So there's 2 fun designs for you on this one. And I'm gonna demo with the leopard themed one. I really love the leopard themed beads. So the first thing that you're gonna do is take your pliers, and we're just gonna open up the little V at the bottom of this badge reel base to remove it. And then you're gonna take your badge reel and we're gonna wrap the elastic cord around our hand just so that it doesn't suck right back up into the badge reel base. And then trim that knot off that's at the bottom of it. And then add this is the shades of brown iridescent marble, leopard print, and a black glitter. All of these 20mm beads are really great pairings with this acrylic accent. And then we're gonna just put that cord right back through the base of that badge reel. Do a double knot again, just replacing the one that we cut off because we just wanted to add beads to it. It's basically just undoing the badge reel to add the beads and then putting it back together. Just like so. And then we will add that little middle V prong right back to that base there. Just like so. And then to attach the acrylic accent to a badge reel, all you need to do is add some hot glue to the middle of that badge reel and hold it in place. Once it dries, it'll be good to go. You don't have the drying time of that. It just has to cool and harden. And again, the hot glue is okay because this is going onto plastic. Where I don't recommend the hot glue is where you're mounting the acrylic to metal. Metal is just a different type of bond. Okay, so we have badge reels, we have straw charms, we've got keychains, lots of different project ideas for you and ways that you can use these accents, these acrylic accents. Are really just so much fun to work with. These samples for you to show you one more time. And again, we've got photos of each of the projects over on our website blog at abcbeadsupply.com. There's a photo so you can follow along to duplicate the patterns, and then there's clickable supply list links below each of the photos that will take you right to everything you need to duplicate all of these projects yourself. All right, thanks everybody. Have a great day.